Greetings and welcome once again to Roman of the Empire. I am your host, Roman. And this week we are looking at the strange, bizarre, and horrible phenomenons in pop culture. Our primary topic this week will be this strange show that started 60 years ago and has become
and ended about 5
a
years
mockery.
ago.
Something
a zombie
horrible.
Corpse? A reanimated corpse?
Yes.
Yeah. Doctor.
It ended about 5 years ago. So.
Who?
An
You're not wrong, Matt. You're not
Doctor
wrong.
Who.
But so I have my fourth Doctor Screwdriver. My good friend Joker has his 12th Doctors and others. I have my others back here as well, but we'll stick with themes tonight. So we're going to look at that. Has become a real hot topic on the interwebs this week. So I did want to discuss that. We do have the debate coming up at 6 p.m. tonight. I don't know how many people actually care about that. I know it's important to some people, but it's going to be weird. That much I can say. So there are also other things going on in the strange interwebs besides Doctor Who. I know it's like, what? You're kidding me, Roman, but I am not
Strange things
this time. So let's go around and do our intros to all of our good friends here on the panel. He is the meme master. No, fuck. Oh, I've had a bit of whiskey. I apologize. He is not the meme master. He is. Sorry. He's my partner on the channel. He is my wingman. He is the man that stopped me from carpet bombing. City doing this week.
Scarro.
Scarro, because you need to have Davros to have the Doctor? That's a good question. But I love him anyway. He is Shieldwall of Dragons. Welcome once again, my friend. How are you?
Hey, everybody. Glad to be here. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, we got a couple of different topics we're going to talk about tonight. And I think it'll be a good show. Thanks for being here. Hail to the chat.
Right on, right on. He is the scourge of Gotham, the nemesis of the Dark Knight. He is JokerVoice. Welcome once again, my friend, out from Arkham. Here you are. Yes, I flubbed it. I apologize. But
yes,
here you are
I
anyway.
know. And after hearing everything that has been going on with Doctor Who, a padded cell seems quite nice.
My God. It
glad,
does. I don't.
Glad I'm here to be reunited once again with the Scissor Sister.
Again, every week I want to stop them, but
this keeps up. We're gonna get an OSHA violation.
It's entirely possible. Yes, they just keep going, folks. I can't control them. At least she doesn't have a screwdriver.
Yeah, I mean, I have a PO box if anyone wants to send me one.
He comes and goes, they say, from here and there, they say. He is my favorite wizard here on the interwebs. He is Blair de Blair. Welcome once again, pal. How are you?
I'm doing
good, by the way.
I am doing better. Yes, thank you. You know, they say Doctor Who, it should be on like Doctor Who fucking cares at this point. It is.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Doctor, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Really.
Dr. Feelgood, that's for sure.
I know. It's a lot. It's a lot to endure, folks. For Doctor Who fans, it's been a rough week.
Dr. Feelgood, the music video, is a more accurate version of Doctor Who than the recent TV show.
It took one day to blow out 10 years of good.
I want Moffat back. I want Moffat back.
I know. I'm sorry. It's fucking horrible. He is the meme master of the interwebs, using his powers for good instead of evil. He is Jacob Ironside. Welcome back, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on again. And you know, this new Doctor Who is that inverted pig thing from Galaxy Quest.
Oh.
So Jacob, you just started watching regular Who. You're watching Tom Baker right now.
Yes, and enjoying it.
Yes.
The Tom Baker years
It's
were
great.
gold. That's when guys like, Joker and Blair and maybe Beard. Probably he think he's a younger man. He's got the beard; it ages him. And Matt, though, I know Matt's of the same era. That's when we discovered Doctor Who, though, was the Tom Baker eras, because that's when we were like 10, 11, 12, and it's playing on PBS.
Right.
So he was my first Doctor. He was the first guy, that wonderful hat and a scarf and that smile and jelly babies and all things. That made me love this weird space traveler. And now...
What
not
happened?
all.
Tom Baker also had some of the hottest companions as well.
Leela.
Yes,
Ramona
exactly. Me and Matt are on the same
Sarah's not
brainwave.
bad looking either.
Look how they massacred my boy.
And you never wondered, was Tom Baker a man?
What have they done
or
to
a
my
woman?
boy?
That was not something you were ever curious about.
I am almost black pilled at this point because of what they've been doing, especially.
I know.
Forget about the stupid.
It got worse, Matt. It got worse.
Forget about the 60th anniversary. Forget about that, right? The Children in Need special was worse than the 60th anniversary episode. Okay, I'm so almost black pilled that I'm about to say something that people might. If it weren't for Christopher Eccleston, Tennant, Matt Smith, and Capaldi as actors, most of the material since the new reboot is not as good as the material from the old show. The actors elevated the material massively. There are about 5 or 6 episodes.
Definitely help. For me, Matt, the 10th series with Capaldi was terrible, but he was able to carry a lot of those episodes. I can't even say he carried all of them because some of those episodes were just so bad they were just that bad.
I agree.
Melvin Deeply, our man from across the pond. I recommend you talk about boobies instead of Doctor Who. It is healthier, that's true. However, it's it just kind of is. They're wonderful and everyone loves them, but that's not the same with Doctor Who right now. So let's finish our intros on the panel because it is easy to get stuck on this topic. She will tell you if this is the way.
No. She will.
She will. Because she is a she, and she's trying to question whether she is not a she, or if she's a binary she, or if her armor only answers to binary
misgender
questions. I didn't just misgender her because she's a her. She is the Untamed Mando. Fuck me. My God.
What's up, everyone? I'll be quite honest.
You almost blew up my vein there.
I mean, it's fine. I've been misgendered on the internet more times than I can count, so it's fine. I'll just deal with it now. Although my husband says he's straight, so it'd be kind of weird if I was not a woman. So.
That would make it complicated. That would make it complicated. They would become like a She-Hulk episode.
Yeah, so I'll be honest to the chat. Like my introduction to Doctor Who was Peter Capaldi, and then I kind of retroactively watched David Tennant and Matt Smith's runs.
Matt
yeah,
Smith.
Because a friend of mine actually had all of Matt Smith's run.
I myself am in Matt Smith's run where they just came out of The Astronaut and The Silence. That's short. Oh my God, it's so fucking good. The writing is so good. But then Stephen Moffat gives you season 10. It makes you want to rip your eyes out of your head. So it's like, why? So yeah, I'm in Matt Smith right now. I have to go back because of of this era. I have to go back and I have to retro look at when
Oh,
Doctor Who was
Zombie.
great.
Zombie, I'm sorry. Zombie, I'm so sorry. You got into Doctor Who when the TV movie dropped. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh no,
Oh,
that
no.
1996 TV
Roberts is
movie is
master.
10,000 times better than any of the last 4 or 5 seasons.
Yes.
Well, that's with Jodie. So yes, we can agree with that.
Even the writing, as atrocious as some of the stuff in that show was, at least it tried to pay lip service to the Doctor. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like
this
but
was
Eric Roberts.
So we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there in a minute. We'll get there in a minute. I have a whole slideshow dedicated to this. So his beard once repelled the rays of the Daleks. He is Beard of Liberty. Welcome once again, my friend. It's always good to have you. How are you tonight?
I'm pretty good right now. We'll see how I am after we talk a bit more about Doctor Who.
Mm.
your beard is a better adaptation than the last 4 or 5 years.
Nice.
Oh, Lord. So
Going
if
for
you're
hell.
just joining us, you're
The
like,
Last Jedi is
I
a
wonder-
better adaptation of Doctor Who than the last 4 or 5 years. You don't know like how offensive as a fan, and
oh no.
as someone who just grew up with the show, right? It's like, I mean, as a little kid, I know you guys are younger than me and Roman for the most part. I think a couple of you are similar age, but for those of us who watched it from back in the beginning, and like you did ups and the downs. I know there was some hokey stuff over the years or whatever, but to see. You know what? And even with Dr. Jodie, like the first season, Dr. Jodie was just bad writing, but it wasn't as horrible as the second. Like to see what it's become.
The second one was much worse.
Yeah, like with the total like digging them up from the grave, right? Urinating on them, then burning them, then dropping uranium on them, and then just leaving exposed for the crows to eat and spread the zombie plague.
Well, let's finish off our intros, then we can actually roll into this properly. And I do want to say hello to the chat right now. So he is the man that knows all the things about all the things. He's
a Cyberman.
Bob Matt? Bob Imat. Bob Imat?
Yeah. I couldn't come up with something like really, really creative because I was like, what? And I was like, hey, this Bob Iger thing is cheering me up. So, you know, yeah.
The unbearable 73, the Thad that shouldn't be. Welcome to this disaster, my friend.
Yeah. So, because the first topic is Doctor Who, right? Can we just roll right into it? Because you hear me right? Like, I don't even know what else to.
Let me say hi to the chat first, Matt. Let me say hi to the chat first. Like I said, I have a whole slideshow already loaded in. So we have Zombie Box. Welcome. Oh my God, is Squeaka?
Squeaka!
Oh, yay,
Squeaka.
Squeaka, you're back with us.
Squeaka.
I don't know how you did it. You know, if you want to pop in, Squeaka, I can throw you a link.
Bring scissors.
You're certainly welcome. CLS
Bring
Studio,
scissors.
welcome. That's some wonderful conversations with CLS Studio. Our great undead friend of the interweb, Nosferatu the vampire, is here with us. The Lord of the Shoulders of the Northern Border, Zax, is with us once again. Thank you.
We have Sacre Bleu.
Sacre Bleu, the deadly burger of Zorro, is with us once again.
Paul McCann.
Well, okay. Paul McGann had a lot of Big Finish audios and novels, which are very good.
Right.
That's true.
So
And he did a little
Melvin Deeply.
Melvin
Deeply.
And he did a little, and Paul McCann did a little 6-minute short of when he transforms into the War Doctor. That was amazing.
Good. That was
good theater. That was really well worth it. Late Night with Cap, JT. I'm sorry.
What
I
up,
fucked you
JT?
over once again. Every time I'm going to go on JT's show, something miserable happens in my life, and I have to back out, and I need to apologize to him week after week for my personal disasters.
I mean, I've been on his show and it was fun. I don't know why you keep
I
complaining
want to go on
God,
with
you
JT.
big
I met
jerk,
JT in
Roman.
the real world.
You big jerk, Roman. Jeez.
I know. I'm aware of it. And we met JT. Joker met JT too. We all went to Joker's bar.
Yes.
Corey Cochran. Hi, all. Hello, Corey. Welcome.
Hello, Corey.
What up, Corey?
R2 the Icky. Always good to see R2 out there. Welcome, my friend. I'm sorry, my voice is already starting to go. God damn it. The IJP.
You gonna get through it?
Welcome. I sound like I'm going through puberty. If only.
when
only.
it's time to change.
Is the Kermit bite?
The Brady
bothering
Bunch
you again?
episode. This is the Brady Bunch episode.
Mhm.
If I could get that second rise. Rocky the Black Dragon. I haven't met you out here in our chat before. Welcome. Nice to have you here. I hope you're still hanging with us.
Yeah, he's in my chat. He's cool.
Send her a link, Robin.
Excellent.
Send her a link.
Oh, does
Send her a link.
Squeaka want to come on?
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually been on a panel with Squeaka.
Nor have
Me neither.
I. So, what have I done? No, don't. Oh, mother, fuck face, fucking dick, cock, dick, fuck.
You sent her a dick pic, didn't you? No.
No, I actually meant to send a chat. I think earlier it was hang in. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Everything I'm saying.
I hate when he ends those. I hate when he ends those. Those are just wrong.
Do you know how to cuss?
There she is, Squeaka Mouse. All right, so let's hope this actually works. and I don't pull a Roman on this. Paste. And she's going to get the whole thing that everybody else has now. So
Right.
I hope she doesn't get confused.
It's the very top link.
We're gonna get nuked here.
Squeaka.
Top link. It's all the topics attached to it. So which we're
And then we will
Finally.
and then we will officially have the full 9 where Jacob will be playing Paul Lind.
Hey,
People
But
in the center square of the Hollywood squares.
all right. So keep an eye out for
I'm the
Squeak.
center of the universe.
So man, I have all these things in my messages on fucking Twitter right now.
You have all
which
these
I can't
things?
look at.
They-
Not sex
yeah,
things.
there's things
Not
you
sex
can't
things. I
look
need
at.
to probably point that out. So I'm gonna blow up this. I have this thing over here, right? Yeah, I do.
Blow it up.
Man,
why did you agree to this, David? Why did you agree to this?
Shame.
Shame.
The look on
Shame.
Tennant's face expresses how we all feel about it.
Why did you
The intro
agree
was
to this,
nice.
David?
You get this
Oh.
whole little debrief on what was going on. So Squeaka, it's the first.
Okay.
If you're with us, it's the first link on that list of links. The other ones are for if we want
I
to the
would,
top.
I would grab her by the ponytail and escort her off the TARDIS. Get out of
This
here.
is one, and this is something that you completely retconned a great story
They did.
of the Dr. Donna.
Oh my God. Yeah, the Dr.
Roman.
Donna story.
Mm-hmm.
So
Before-
she had absorbed part of his Time
Energy.
Lord,
Right.
and
Energon.
Yeah, didn't he have to do
human
that to
brain-
keep her alive or something?
isn't meant to absorb that. It can't process it.
Right.
So if she was going to keep up with the Time Lord brain, her head was going to go pop.
It's
And,
similar to what happened
oh my
to
Lord.
Rose in the first
Right.
episode.
Mhm.
We have a Squeaka Mouse!
Squeaka!
Welcome to the show!
Hi, howdy. Thanks for having me. I know nothing of Doctor Who, but I'll make commentary if you want. Like, I love her mug collection she got going back there. That's
Bro,
part of
my
the
mug
picture.
collection will put hers to shame. I'll just let
That-
you know.
that
Like, I
book
have
Oh, mine
was
would
better
too.
I
than
haven't seen my mom's mug.
But I mean, she's got a collection, so that's the best part of this shot right here.
Absolutely. And the oranges. I wonder if those are
dear
real.
God.
Wow.
I really didn't
No,
really
no,
care
no,
that much
no,
for
no,
her
Zach, no. Well, maybe.
to begin
Oh,
with.
Okay, so Jacob. So as far as like Donna goes, Donna was not your typical companion. There wasn't
No,
a romantic
not even a
interest or
little bit.
anything. I mean, she is like the character of Donna is the most ordinary of all the companions. I mean, she is the most run of the mill, just generic people that of anyone could possibly join the Doctor. But the chemistry between Tennant and Tate is so amazing.
That is good.
And
It's good.
to the point I was saying before, this is a case where the actors elevate the material a lot.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
No, you're right, Matt. You're right. Well, that's not. Rose Tyler was also a very ordinary girl.
Right. So
And
now, and this is,
Yeah,
and this is, and this was,
The guy's
and this
face is
was,
killing me.
and this was, and this was Tennant's. This was Tennant's strength, was the dialogue, just the back and forth, the banter. Fuck off! And you fucking name her Rose. Fuck off!
Love the Adam's apple. Very good.
all right. So before I go too far into this,
But
Yasmin,
did you guys get the
whatever
most
her
even
name
worse
is,
than that? This is like a
is
30-year-old actor. Supposed to be
20.
like
She's a 20-year-old actor playing a
Hey.
15-year-old girl.
Who looks like
She's,
a
she's
30-year-old.
trans. She's trans
And-
age too.
Yeah.
So we got beat up with this for a long time. And the nice thing is, I didn't even create this shot, Zach. They created it for me. So thank you. And that's
Exactly.
the face I made after I saw that. Was,
I've actually seen this
what
actor
the
in another
fuck are
film.
they doing?
What was that, Squeaka?
I've actually seen that actress in another film, and they're actually pretty decent. I mean, I don't think they should be in this one, but I mean, they were pretty decent in the other series that they're in.
Well, you know what the interesting thing is, Squeaka? If, and this is the big if, this is Roman's version of Doctor Who with some strange things. If they had just introduced Rose, all things being equal, without hammering the message throughout the episode, it would have played differently than them. They had to keep saying, "Isn't she beautiful and amazing? Isn't
Every
she
10
beautiful
seconds.
and amazing?"
No.
And you got
And-
that hammered into you throughout the episode.
I
And
think
because
a
they-
lot of I
and-
think a lot of these actors would be good if they would stay away from the message.
And it's
it's true.
It is interesting. It's interesting that you both of you guys said that, because the BBC, in their own review of this episode, said
I heard.
They said, and I quote, it came off as way too preachy, and they quoted Critical Drinker when they said it is just a vessel for the message.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I have a friend who I correspond with in Britain who is trans. We know each other because of the interwebs. And and she was like, "Fuck, could you hit me harder with the message during this episode?" That's why people don't like it.
Hit me
But then
harder,
people were
Daddy.
like,
oh my god.
then people were like, "Hey, you're trans. You don't like this?" And she's like, "No, we're not all fucking weird zealots. We just want to live our lives."
Yeah.
That's the point. Like, okay, I don't know anything about Doctor Who. All right, and I have trans friends too. Like, I don't know anything about this thing. I don't care what this is. I don't care if it's Doctor Who. I don't care if it's Star Wars. I don't care what the medium is. You don't. The point of having movies and stuff like this is not to sit here and say, this is what you're going to believe, this is what you're going to see, and here's what you need to change your thought process to. It's supposed to be entertaining. Now, there are so many shows and movies and things like that that do have messages and morals and stuff like that. But you know what they do? They put it in the storyline. They let you make your own decisions. They let you watch and learn and decide, you know what? Maybe this trans Rose isn't that bad after all. But when you open the
They don't let
floodgates
you
and
make
you're
that
like,
decision.
I'm going to drown you in this,
Yeah.
it's another story altogether. You're like, at that point, you're like, no, I've already seen too much of this and I'm done.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
I
It's
found that
political
interesting,
propaganda.
and I felt bad that she was getting
Oh,
beat
so
up
am I.
because she was saying this is too much. So what I did I like the intro to this show a lot. I like the new intro with the TARDIS, and I love with capital letters and an exclamation point, Murray Gold being back.
Right.
Fuck.
But
Murray
this
Gold is such a great composer.
Now, this is something that, and I normally don't blame actors, because all they're doing is just doing a job. Knowing how beloved David Tennant was for this show and for the resurgence of this show. I mean, which really brought it into the pop culture forefront. To have his character, the character he really made famous, really brought to the United States and made it a pop culture phenom. This is on you too, David. You agreed to this.
Yep.
Well, the thing is,
you read the script.
I don't know.
You read the script and said, "Yes, sign me up."
I don't know that David Tennant loves the character of the Doctor the way some of the other actors do, though. Like I know Peter Capaldi.
I thought he did.
He grew
But
up.
I also think
watching Doctor Who.
He may have grew up. Everyone in England grew up.
He married the sixth Doctor,
Right.
the fifth Doctor's daughter.
But that's
right.
I
He
don't
loved
think
the
he
show
said though.
so much that he ingrained himself into their lives.
I somehow don't think that was her most
Cannoli.
attractive feature. You know, it just But I know, like for example, Peter Capaldi loves the character of the Doctor. Probably knows more about the lore than most of Who fans, and was very disappointed and hated the stories he had to do. Hated them.
Our good friend Cannoli is out there. Hello, Cannoli.
Cannoli.
When Capaldi got the role,
Cannoli.
he did envision a 3-year run as a Doctor. He thought he was going to be a long time.
I wish he had been.
You know,
They did him dirty.
Yeah. And
they did. They fucked him on that 10th.
So I'm not saying David Tennant's a bad
That's why,
person.
I am an adamant Capaldi defender. I will.
It's when
argue
they got
with anybody.
It's when they got rid of Clara and brought in Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Bill.
I don't even.
I actually didn't even mind Bill herself. Oh, Wookie. Hello, Wookie. I didn't mind Bill that much. The writing was just so atrocious.
You got to blame the writing. You just have to blame the writing because
it was because they did have a couple. They did have some good episodes together. Actually, I thought the ones with the weird pyramid things and those guys.
The other guy, he was great. The bald guy. I keep thinking it was Uncle Fez.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember his name either.
It was like Uncle Fez.
Yeah,
yes.
Nardole was hilarious as kind of a weird sidekick. He was great.
So,
Sassy.
I have a question.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Sasquatch.
Hello,
Welcome to the
Sassy. I have a question. So did they? Okay, like I said, I don't know anything about Doctor Who. So, but y'all keep saying this Tennant guy is amazing. So did they think they were going to sit here and like sugarcoat the fact that they're flooding you with all of these other things by throwing Tennant in there? Is that what this is? Is like, oh, by the way,
it's like a carrot, like a dangling carrot. Like, come on, we brought Tennant back.
Look,
You know,
I know. Like, is that what they're trying to do here?
We're going back to what
made
Doctor Who great.
The technical term for it is called a bait and switch.
Beloved Doctor of the modern era back with the most arguably the most popular companions because their relationship was so good. Again, non-romantic,
great,
just a platonic, wonderful relationship.
They just had great chemistry on screen. Like it was like
it is. It dances on the screen. You see the electricity between these two. So they brought them back, and then
everything has become.
Then on top of it, you get that. You get that on top of it.
And named Rose. Rose
by any other name.
So did they bring her?
Not
Okay,
as
I'm
sweet,
guessing
my
that they
friend.
brought in
Not as sweet.
this person as Rose because of that. Like they're trying to tie it in. That's why they couldn't just give her own name.
So
it's
the way
just
they
jangling
tie
keys
it
again.
in, Squeaka, is saying that Donna has passed on her Time Lord powers to her son, who became a daughter, who then has these repressed memories of the Doctor. Rose, his first companion in that form, being one of those memories.
So this is RTD attempting to
fucking everything up. Is
subvert our concept of the original Rose.
How's that going?
So Rose, for those who don't know, was played by Billie Piper, who was an exceptionally
lovely
beautiful
Billie Piper,
actor,
by the way.
who is very feminine, and she did some sort of, I guess, Showtime erotica stuff. What was that show she did?
Penny Dreadful?
Yes,
No.
very good show.
Oh,
very
she was
good show.
before Penny
great
Dreadful.
on Penny
She
Dreadful.
played a high-end call girl on some Showtime TV show, which before Doctor Who. Point I'm getting is she's everything you could kind of. I mean, I'm not saying women should all be like this or whatever, but she's as a
feminine
public presentation. She was feminine. She was a woman. She was intelligent. Like she was.
And take offense to that.
She was the
I just
model of
want
a
you
woman
to
on TV,
know.
so to speak, right? And Rose was the character she played. So this is him trying to deconstruct and subvert the previous conception of Rose and saying you should think of this character the same way. You should think this character is beautiful. You should think this character is,
But
I
that's
also
not
want
fair
everyone to look
that's
at
not fair to this person as a character either.
Right?
So,
They should be
Squeaker,
able to
you've
create
never-
the character themselves.
No, they can't do that, Squeaker. That you know that.
Yeah.
So, Squeaker,
No, they
you've
can't.
never seen Doctor Who, but you've seen women before, I imagine.
I mean,
does that
unless
does that
something is really wrong, I think I see one every day in the mirror. But I could
Does
be
that
lying
look like
to myself.
a,
This Adam's apple may be fooling me.
Does
But
that look like a 15-year-old girl to you, Squeaker?
I'm
Come
a
on.
little.
Mm.
Well, it's
It's the chin
not
that keeps getting me.
exactly.
Not even the Adam's
15
apple. I'm like, that chin,
year-old
brah.
Girl.
not
That-
15. Not 15. That's way too
That is
young.
not a 15-year-old chin.
I wouldn't do 15. I mean, maybe 18, lower 20s, but
Yeah.
not exactly 15. Now, the other series that this person is in is set in a high school. So, I mean, but they dress
Really?
differently in that series.
Ugh.
It's like,
Yeah, so
They
for it doesn't for me, like I said, if they had just thrown it in there and not said all the things, or tried to play it off as a 15-year-old girl, it would have just been like, okay, fine.
I'll be a woman like that
Another-
for you, Zaxi.
But they did
Oh my.
I know,
But
I know.
I'm
I
glad
think-
that to be the only female representation. Yes.
I think that we're used to trans is not new. It's not new at all.
Right.
I think if this person had really come in and played a position in this show as someone that was trans, that even if they had a major role, but didn't try to supplant a role or take over any of the story, and it wasn't shoved in your face like hot
And
damn
scream
water.
I'm trans every 5
It
seconds.
was.
Every,
though.
then I think it would have been fine. Like I don't think none of y'all would be conversing about this actress's Adam's apple if you
No,
if
I
none of that
agree.
had happened.
But
Y'all would
they
be like,
didn't do
cool,
that.
look. You know,
They
Well, and
chose
also,
to- they
like, they're
chose to
trying to
say-
convince you that this person is like 15 when even putting aside the trans, that does not look like a 15-year-old in any
No.
way, shape, form, or
No.
fashion.
I mean, it's not uncommon for 20-year-old actresses to act as 15-year-olds or high schoolers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
but
not
that's
anything
common.
new.
they generally look like a 20 or like a child, like a younger actress.
But no,
A
I mean,
20-year-old man does not look like a 15
you still should have some baby cheeks or something going on, sister girl. Come on,
Baby
fluff them
fat,
up a little.
yeah.
It's just it
Like-
doesn't work.
What am I getting, Saxy?
Because like you usually will see like the girl who played Ms. Marvel. I'll use her as an example. She's playing a 16-year-old girl, but she's 21. But she
But
looks
she
young.
looks 16.
yeah.
And oddly enough, she's also a girl. So it translates better. You guys,
I'm not a girl.
Whoever's watching
What?
this
Well-
can hate me. Oh no,
No, you're a woman.
I'm
There's
not.
a difference.
As long as I'm not a lady.
I'm not anti. I'm not anti whatever you think I am. What I want is good fucking entertainment. Is what I want. I don't want.
Oh, if you want some
entertainment to be
fucking
able to
entertainment,
face
let me
the
tell you
things-
about this washing machine. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
So now he's talking. Now, this poor fellow is Donna's husband, who was reduced to being a taxi driver because she gave all the money away that the doctor who had given her in the last episode of David Tennant's series had given her grandfather Wilf a lottery ticket because he wanted to give her a parting gift. He knew he was leaving, and he loved her as a friend and wanted her to have a nice life. But she gave away all the money. So now her poor husband is forced to be a taxi driver in fucking London.
Who did
Jesus,
she
I can't
give it
think of a
away
worse
to?
job. Everyone. Like every fucking cause she could think of.
Okay.
It was terrible.
I mean, she was an activist. Like,
Hey,
let's
I'm just gonna
remember
say
that's kind of
this.
her personality.
I'm just going to say this. Don't give women your credit card.
Excuse you, in my household, I'm the one who holds the credit cards because my husband cannot be trusted.
It's a joke. It was a joke.
Oh, dear Lord. Now Mando and Jacob Ironside are going to be on opposite sides of an argument. So now we're at the crash site of
You're right. Don't give your wife your credit cards. Give them to your mistress.
Oh, I love it.
I'm sorry, your mousetress.
That's a deep cut.
I don't have either one of those because I can't afford them.
In the Italian community, we learn from a young age we have to have a separate credit card for our gumads. So
Gumads.
So now we're the doctor is at the site. He's checking out. Then we get this gal. Here's the thing.
Oh.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Iron Wheels. Sorry.
There are certain jobs that work well for certain people.
That's my editor, y'all.
Being in charge of a military style unit is not necessarily. She would be a great analyst. She would be great at a lot of things, but being out in the field where she can't go upstairs, which comes up later in the show, is just not a job that works. You have to look at the things that work for the person who has the job. I'm not good at a lot of things. I'm not an astrophysicist. I can't be an astronaut.
Like if they want this character taken seriously, why not give her a hover wheelchair? Then you can believe weapons and stuff like that,
Yeah.
Well, like Charles Xavier from the X-Men, like give her a wheelchair like that. Like it's possible.
Her wheelchair
then
looks
we get
like she
this scene,
borrowed
though.
it from like the council or something. Do you know what I mean? Like local city council.
Wait,
the wheelchair. Might I say?
So you're. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, go. Squeak out.
What's her nick? What's her secret agent name? Wheels.
Wheels window. What? Why are you putting someone in a wheelchair and then emphasizing the fact that you've made no accommodations for them and they can't go up the stairs? That's like, check this out. We're really going to screw you over now.
It's so they have an opportunity to preach the message to you. They are deliberately putting things so that way they can deliberately say, hey, these people are assholes because XYZ thing, and we're pointing it out to you because
this structure
the message.
that goes up in an alien aircraft that has.
Okay. So let me say this.
A pickle trunk. Hello, sir.
But also when
really
Davies said, why
hidden from my subscription? Why? Really?
When
I made it that far that I'm now hidden from pages. I didn't think I'm a very small page. I'm surprised that's happening.
It's made the time, Roman.
So also when Davies was talking about Davros, as now this is 2023 Davros.
Oh my God!
He's no longer in the wheelchair because we don't want to associate that with evil. Mm-hmm. Okay, well for one, Professor X.
Stupid.
Well,
Professor for Zero, Davros is not in the wheelchair.
Hold on, Matt. I want to say this here. This is basically this because for one, this shows us how much Davies doesn't know about his own stories. Because if you know that's a life support system, not a chair.
Yes.
So what's next? Are we gonna retcon Darth Vader because he is a amputee?
Well, you just better not have
he's
bad
worse off than Davros. He's
better
worse
not
off than Davros. He has better tech, but he's worse off, right? So
you better not have
suit with a black
any
mask
bad
on
guys whatsoever
now,
because you might associate something they wear,
Right.
So you better not have any bad guys.
And so now,
what about Nick Fury? Nick Fury has an eye patch, so every one-eyed person is now.
Charles Xavier is in a wheelchair.
Fuck off, RTD. Fuck off, RTD. He is
Daredevil is blind.
He went too far. He did
way too far. And
So-
and this gal's
It is
chair
wildly irritating.
and this
that
gal's
he chose
chair
to do that.
and this gal's chair is armed to the teeth. It's shooting missiles, and
Yes.
yet with the propulsion,
So
shouldn't her chair move backwards?
She puts
Well,
those
and by
little
the
like
way-
cheap blocks down on the wheelchair. That keeps it in place.
By the way,
Sure it does.
I'm in a
So-
wheelchair. I'm in a wheelchair. This doesn't make me like this show just because somebody's in a wheelchair.
it didn't bring you over, Jacob? No.
No. And
Because-
by the way, I had a wheelchair like that. Where are the missiles coming from? There's
Mhm.
nothing to that chair. What
That's
She's
what
got
I'm
them in her
saying. Not-
pants. That's where I
just
keep my
looking at
missiles.
this-
No,
Hey-o.
my
Just looking at
my
this-
daughter, the middle daughter, or the first daughter of the Empire, who you don't get a lot about. She's in a wheelchair as well. This does not make me warm to these kind of stories. This is stupid. This is stupid, kind of very strange pandering stuff that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah.
This is the BBC checkbox stuff that they have to have a person
Yeah.
of color, check. They have to have a person of strange sexual origin, check.
Mhm.
They have to have a person of some kind of handicapped classification. It doesn't almost matter what, missing an arm, missing a leg, whatever, check. That's why that doesn't work. That's bad shoving everything into people's faces.
That's
it's not
lazy.
natural writing.
It's lazy.
That's,
not
that's what I
natural
was going
writing.
to say.
Speaking
is-
of writing,
it's lazy. They could have made this into something cool, like a hover chair with like obvious muscles on it and had like stuff that pops out. This is
Yeah.
just a wheelchair that's probably she owns. This is probably her own. If this
Yeah,
person
because
is,
it's not even like electric. This is a manual chair. She's pushing her
exactly.
way.
You're hand wheeling this thing around.
But that's
That's
what
not
we have
what you-
too. That's what we have too.
Yeah, that's not what you
So-
take into the battlefield.
but also think of the writing, like RTD's writing, right? He's told you two things, right? One, he doesn't think that disabled people are capable of being villains, right? And
Mhm.
two,
Mhm.
this character now, he has limited where he can never have her become a traitor or a turncoat or mind controlled and go evil or any of that sort of stuff, right?
Mhm.
Because we know that happens with some characters in the unit where they go bad.
Right.
He has written himself into a corner with this character, because of his own ideological cult-like beliefs. And it irks me. We didn't talk about the children needs special. Davros is not disabled. Davros
No.
is a cyborg who's been experimenting on himself,
Right.
trying to turn himself into a Dalek, which is a sci-fi tentacle monster, which he thinks is
Right.
the ultimate life form. Okay, if in Davros's dreams, he'll be a Dalek in the Dalek body, just like the rest of them.
Yep.
So to call
Yeah.
him disabled is an affront to Davros's character.
So he's
it-
trying to transition
Yes.
a human into an alien.
Yes.
Got it.
Well,
His-
he's
his
trying to
final
force an
form.
unnatural change, is what he's trying to do.
Right.
So-
So he's trying
but
to
what-
transition.
So
everybody
why
else is
can't we?
like,
I
"Oh
mean,
my
we got
God."
trans aliens. Why didn't they bring that guy back? But so my question is I understand that you're saying that they don't want. They're trying to get away from this like, oh, disabled is evil thing. But why? That there are evil
Because it's
people. I don't
bad.
care what you're
Yeah.
disabled. I don't care if you got an eye
because-
patch. I don't care if you got 8 legs.
No, because he
Okay,
said
no,
it,
spiders are
Smika.
nice.
Because
But-
RTD actually said it. He made a whole statement about it. It's
Yes.
stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Don't try to read logic
it
into it,
doesn't.
Squeaka, because there is no logic to
Oh.
be found.
And,
I understand I'm probably the most illogical person on this panel. I shouldn't even be here. I don't know nothing about nothing.
That's
But
why
this
we love you,
is-
Squeaka.
From an outsider's perspective who doesn't know jack about Doctor Who, this is really blowing my mind, and not in a good way.
Well, that's modern Doctor Who.
Yeah.
So
This is
then
not
we move
what
over
I
to
like.
this.
One
How
of
do
my
you
other
guys feel about
questions,
this
like,
scene
aren't the
when they were
Cybermen
shouting?
kind of a thing
I'm
This
sorry,
was
what?
on
this
Earth?
was such an
Whoa.
insert fuck you
Wait.
scene.
Wait,
that he
Yeah,
needed to
right.
do.
Mando, what? Wait, Mando, what?
So, haven't the Cybermen actually visited Earth at this point in time? Like,
Yes.
doesn't
Oh my
the
God,
U.S.
yes.
government know?
Yeah.
Like,
Both Cybermen have done that. The fake Cybermen from
would
Earth and the real Cybermen.
they have been able to somehow hybrid some Cyberman technology into her wheelchair to make it look like, or give her some legs?
Oh my God, that would be so much better.
Unit has
That would be
Dalek
robot legs.
technology.
Subplot, Mando.
They've had it for decades in continuity. They could give her a Dalek bottom hover chair. The Daleks have been able to fly for decades in Doctor Who with the bottom part. So
Elevate.
Yes.
Elevate.
Yeah, that was such a great scene. Was it McCoy?
Dalek. It was Dalek.
Yeah.
No, it was from the old show. They did it in the old show too.
Okay.
In the episode where Ace gets the super baseball bat, the doctor. This is like the best thing ever. Ace carries a baseball. That's why we love Ace. He has explosives and a baseball bat. And in one episode, they're fighting the Daleks who have these super weapons. So the doctor takes a Time Lord artifact and embeds the baseball bat with the power of universal destruction. And Ace runs around beating the crap out of Daleks with a baseball bat, and they explode on contact.
No, Ace
so
is bad.
Wait,
is
that
a
means
fucking
baseball is
weapon.
evil.
Yeah.
You can't do that because that makes baseball evil, and that offends me.
Absolutely. You can't do it. You can't do it.
I remember when they brought Ace back for that crossover or whatever, and the modern fans didn't understand what the bat was. And they're like, how is that bat hurting anything?
Because it's a freaking baseball bat.
It's such an in-joke because that bat was charged with one of the Time Lord's most powerful weapons to basically obliterate anything with one shot.
So right now, this whole scene
look,
was
when
poor
she's-
grandmother trying to justify.
When she's I'm sorry, I have to just real quick. When she's getting attacked by these other kids calling her names, she's holding a box that
her
says
birthday.
fragile.
Fragile.
Oh.
Fragile.
So,
It's not even fragile because it's taped like crap. So obviously you don't know how to pack.
so
There's more wrong with this movie than the characters. Jesus, I've packed a million times, and I don't. First off, I don't put fragile tape on it. I tape 8 million pounds of tape, and it says fragile. That's horrible packing.
So
That's a lie.
these kids are calling
Jason.
Rose by her
Jason.
birth name.
Her dead name.
Oh,
I don't use that term. I do not use the term dead name because dead name is a stupid term. Dead name is your birth name. That is the name your parents gave you.
Yeah.
That is your birth name. That's the one that's on your birth certificate. So dead name is a stupid term. But then the poor grandmother's trying to figure all this out, and she isn't doing a good job with it. and then Donna, this is one of the things that we talked about. Donna doesn't. They write it so Donna basically attacks her mother for not doing a good job with it.
Do better, Mom. Do better, Mom.
Isn't she beautiful and amazing, Mother? Isn't she beautiful and amazing? Kunk, 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 kunk. It's horrible.
I agree with you on the dead name thing because it's not like when you get married and you take your husband's name, or hey, if you're into taking your wife's name, I'm not going to judge. Either way,
whatever.
When you assume someone else's name, my birth name happens to be Squeaka, but if I were to change my name, I wouldn't. You don't sit here and go, "Oh, well, call me by my dead name," or "What's your mother's dead name?" It's maiden name. It's
and by the way,
birth name.
It's this thing.
And by the way, just to add some other context here.
Sorry.
Of how they have cucked the men in here. Donna no longer uses her husband's name. It's back to Donna Noble.
Yes.
And their daughter has disowned her father's name and is now Rose Noble.
Well, but what? Okay. I'm going to draw the line there. What's wrong with reclaiming your maiden name if you don't want to have your married name? What's wrong with that? That's not exactly talking. That's just you wouldn't want.
Well,
if the child wants that,
my kids, my middle daughter has actually expressed So this is a funny story about Roman of the Empire. One of the ones you probably don't know is that I am of
That
two
is true.
families. I have my birth father and I have an adopted father. My adopted father is my last name. So I actually have a birth last name. I don't call it my dead name because that's fucking stupid and fuck off with that shit. But my daughter has considered that because she's in a different career field, and she's like, "Well, I'd like my last name to be different." She didn't do it because she didn't want to upset the rest of the family. So it's a complicated business doing something like this. They do it in things like this, like you're just turning on a light.
Okay.
Like it's no big deal.
Okay,
It is a
and-
big
okay,
deal. It's a big deal
okay.
to all the
And-
people around you.
and doing that in an isolated incident is not a big deal. In the context of this show, it's just furthering the message.
Yes.
Well, what
And
did her
speaking of a
husband do?
message-
Is he some kind of deadbeat piece of crap guy or something? Like, why are they so hostile against this guy?
Warner
Because he's
Warner
male.
should sue the BBC and Disney for a lot of money. This is a giant mogwai with the gremlin's eyes and teeth.
Yeah.
I was about to ask
It
what
is.
this was because I had the
Although
same
it is
idea.
based
I was
on
like,
an
what
older
is
story.
this? What is
This
But
this?
it
is a
doesn't
meme.
look anything like the thing in the comic strip.
Like, I don't even know if I want to pet that or cook it. Like, what is that?
It wants to cook you, that's for sure.
I'll wrestle it. Let's go. I can take it. I'll wrestle it.
Let's go.
And she said
Smackdown.
wrestle. She said wrestle. That's awesome.
I'll wrestle it. I'm from Texas. What do y'all do up there? I'm wrestle down here.
Yeah.
Tango.
I did like
Bingo.
what David Tennant's new sonic screwdriver could do. It had a little bit more capability. I thought that was kind of fun.
What is he,
Okay,
Iron Man now?
No,
Yeah.
okay. See now. Okay, here and here's the thing with the Sonic. And again, I love the Sonics. I
Tell
think
me
they're
about
very
your
cool.
Sonic, Roman.
Ooh.
But they've basically become a get out of jail free card
It
when
is.
you
Yeah.
write yourself into a corner because there's
True.
literally almost nothing they can't do.
So to go into the Who lore here a bit, right? And RTD actually knows he's written EU novels and stuff like that.
Oh
okay?
no, he knows his shit.
Yeah. Time
He's just
Lords
an ass
are
at it
basically
right now.
that's actually kind of how they see the world. Their brain is like an organic supercomputer. Okay. It's actually not all physical, it's partly energy state. Okay. Which I'll comment about in a few minutes on something. And so I guess what they're trying to do here is show us, the audience, how the Doctor more perceives the world, with some of the stuff he's doing with like this. So that's the first thing I saw when I wasn't as annoyed by this particular use of it because I understood what they were trying to do.
No, this was better than they've done before.
Yeah. My bigger problem with this is, for example, the Doctor's always had a great relationship with the unit scientists. Yet he just disses her for no apparent reason.
Actually, I thought this scene was kind of funny because she thought he was the 10th Doctor.
But
she didn't know it was the older version. She didn't. Although his appearance obviously should have said it, but
that's the interplay between which version of the Doctor he is. In the past, when he'd encountered other unit science advisors, so long as they weren't like really uppity, basically, he started talking science with them. The Doctor's actually a scientist, for people who don't know that, So he likes talking science as a character, right? So I got annoyed by this scene because they're creating artificial hostility on purpose. They're trying to make you not like Tennant's Doctor. That's what they're trying to do.
Well,
Think
they're
about
doing a fair job.
Yeah.
Copa, fuck off. I love you.
Wow.
And they're trying to tell the audience you shouldn't like him either, and you're wrong for ever liking the Doctor as character.
But then why would they use him as the bridge if you're not supposed to like him?
Because they want to draw an audience back. That's why they chose David Tennant.
Yeah.
This is about the
That's the
message.
only
And
because
they're
he was the
doing-
most popular of the modern era Doctors. That's why you
They're
bring him
doing
back.
the same. They're doing the same thing they've done with Obi-Wan and Luke.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
fuck my life!
Just
Don't
bring
get
him
me
back
started
to
on
destroy
that.
the character.
Yeah, they
deconstruction.
have. They deconstructed him in that episode.
And I just want to say that's an improper wheelchair for that chick. Like, they should have done better casting with that wheelchair.
Hey,
Yeah.
I think she's mildly hot in that wheelchair. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just saying
The
it's not a
wheelchair
proper
doesn't
fit.
look strong.
Right.
It's not a
And
proper fit for her. Like, that's. I mean,
just
I
looked
work
it
with
up.
children in wheelchairs. That's not a proper fit for her.
Yeah, no, it's not. She is in a wheelchair, the actress. So it's
She actually is.
Oh,
so they
yeah.
Is
didn't
that
find
her?
people
Is
like
that
an
what
it's
like,
able-bodied
it's not
person to play a
appropriate for her?
wheelchair person.
Yeah, there's no way they could cast somebody that wasn't.
Oh yeah, it doesn't look like it's fitted to that person.
No.
God damn it! Hey guys, give me a minute. I'm gonna go check on how things are in the house right now.
Okay.
I know it's not unexpected.
All right,
Dun,
Curious.
dun, dun, dun.
Curious, Mando, you got this.
All right. Bringing in the scissors.
Okay, this may sound a little bit cold-hearted, but I'm kind of glad the actor that played Wilf did not survive for this show.
Whoa! What does Will stand for?
Wilfred Mott. Wilfred.
Oh.
Oh.
This is like a Will Smith thing.
Yeah, because if they put Wilfred in this show, they would have destroyed him. Made him
I'm
look
glad-
like the worst person.
I'm glad
Because-
Nicholas Circe is dead. Otherwise, they would have probably shoehorned him in here. That's the Brigadier for those who don't know. I'm glad. I'm glad a lot of people are dead who they would in a lot of things. Not that I want them to be dead, but
Right.
you know, it just and I say this, you know, British people are in general like their right wing is more like our center or left, so to speak,
Right.
in terms of culture. So I'm willing to bet David Tennant probably goes along with some of the stuff in the show in terms of his own political beliefs and all that. So
Possibly.
that might be why he did it, but I'm not saying it is. But I'm okay with the differences. I mean, you know, I really wish you don't have to like. Oh, here's a great example: the guy playing the next Doctor, Scooty Ngawa, right?
Mhm.
He's in another show which is made for woke people by woke people and so forth, and that's what it is, and it's fine for that to exist for woke people. You know what I mean? Everyone can have their own TV show. There's 18 quadrillion channels, 45 bajillion streaming services, 10 gajillion websites full of content. There's a place for everyone's content, you know, and you don't have to destroy someone else's content to make your own or to tell people that what they believe is wrong. They can make BBC could make a spinoff called Woke Doctor Who about a whole separate set of woke doctors, and they can watch it. I mean, I don't think they'd make money at it, but that's a different issue.
And even in the what was it in the 50th anniversary episode, and even with Kalara's run as the companion, you could say that there was some feminist messaging in there.
Sure.
But I didn't. But I didn't care because the characters were so well written, and it was and the messaging was not the focus of the show or the or the focus of that episode. It was just part of the character's organic growth.
Right.
It just feels like to me that all of these modern shows, She-Hulk, all those things, they just revel in the destruction of the old characters and the previous lore. It's not just that they want to put the messages in there, but they revel in doing it. They're like, yeah, let's tear it down.
Well, they have to.
Terrible men.
I mean, they're deliberately trying to deconstruct what's in place because they want to wipe it out and replace it with something else. And
it's a social, and this is a form of social engineering. Like, you were bad for liking these characters.
Yeah.
But it's not that we haven't had things rewritten before. I mean, there's been iterations after iterations of Batman, for crying out loud. Like it's not like we haven't rewritten things before. I think it's a matter of they're not just rewriting them, but they're giving you this prologue full of stuff that says you must follow these rules while engaging in this narrative or this story. And that's
or
the
you're
end.
a isterophobe if you don't.
Right.
You
Hey,
know,
guys.
it's just
I feel terrible about this. Shieldwall is going to drive this, but I have to exit my own stream at this point.
Okay.
Is it,
All
are you
right, sir.
okay?
Is
everything good?
Some of you know, Mrs. of the Empire is out of town right now, and so I have the household to manage on my own. My son is helping, but we've apparently
Something's-
reached that point.
Come on, gotcha.
So I'm going to bow out, and Shieldwall will drive the bus for this point. But this show, it really does bring a discussion, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Hey, and
Cool.
there's no
Oh.
problem, Roman. You got to do what you got to do. It's
Right,
it's
man.
no,
I
there's
know,
no
I
need to
know,
be
I know.
sorry.
My life is mildly fucked up, and it just kind of is what it is. So, for the rest of you,
Well, thanks
keep
for
hanging
having me
out, 'cause
on
these
before
guys
you
are-
leave.
don't you jump off, Squeaka.
I'm just saying
Um,
thanks before you jump off. Thank you for letting me in on your show.
No, thank you for jumping in, and I do appreciate you all very much. And Squeaka, you're like you are welcome to pop into all of our weird conversations anytime you want to, because God knows we will have them. For everyone else, I'll talk to you guys later, kind of offline about what's
Joker and
coming
I'll
up the
make
rest
sure
of the
plenty
week.
of scissoring happens.
Just don't jump off anything
All right, guys,
high.
I gotta go.
You injure
All
yourself.
right,
So-
have a
that way.
good one, Roman.
Don't burn the house down. All right.
Hey, that almost happened to me.
Oh God damn it!
We got
Wait,
this.
you-
brother.
No one else ever burned a house down. Oh, shouldn't have said that on TV.
Also, just to clarify a few things. He had to leave too. Blair de
Jacob.
Blair.
Yeah.
Right.
Blair.
Blair de Blair. Yeah, he had
Yeah.
to go unexpectedly, and this was a while ago. But we were so ingrained in conversation. Anyway, so yeah, continue. How much do we hate the show or what they've done wrong?
There- there
Did
is-
he
I-
share the pictures with you, or are we just going to be?
He did not. No,
Well,
I don't have him here.
Okay, so
Real quick before we get much further in there, because everybody keeps throwing around the term deconstruction, and I want to stop using that, because you can write a really good deconstruction to see like the base parts of what makes a good character. They don't want to deconstruct; they want to detonate, blow up,
Well,
and destroy.
Yeah,
They
destroy it.
use
Right.
the term deconstruction because that makes it sound less like they hate the source material, but they don't care about deconstructing and rebuilding. They just want to destroy everything and start brand new.
Detonate,
Yeah.
exterminate, exterminate, exterminate.
the Marxists are using the valid tools of deconstruction and subversion in order to destroy something rather than analyze it. So that's kind of the literary way I think about it. And this is such a great show, even in some of its weaker iterations, right? And unfortunately, we're stuck talking about this garbage we've seen. I mean, I own every episode of Doctor Who except even the first season of the Dr. Jodie. And I haven't purchased a single episode after that. I'm a completist. I like to have everything. I'm one of those guys, and
Yeah.
I can't even bring myself to pay for Doctor Who anymore. I just can't.
Mm.
It is such an affront to like. And even I'll give you. And here's another. Maybe I should RTD kind of knows of the ins and outs of Who. You know what else he does in this episode? So the Doctor, the Time Lords are very powerful psychics, and they limit their own power by not having a lot of energy. There was an episode with where the Doctor was aged to 900 years, and he used satellites to power himself up as a psychic to defeat the Master.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That,
right.
That's with
So-
the Martha Jones.
Yeah. So what the Doctor does, the Time Lords do, is they link to their machinery. In this case, he's linked to the TARDIS, and the TARDIS extends his psychic senses. So when the Doctor's talking to the Meep, for example, he would intuitively know what its pronouns are because the TARDIS and his psychic powers would tell him that. That's one of his abilities. The TARDIS translates languages for people. Like the reason we could all understand the 18 gajillion languages the aliens speak is because the TARDIS is constantly translating it to the audience, because and so forth. And anyone who's in
That
the
was
TARDIS,
established-
yeah.
That was established in the first David.
That was established.
Okay,
John Pertwee. I mean, like
Okay,
the point
in
I'm
the
getting
modern
is-
sense.
Yeah.
In the modern sense.
Yeah. So when the Doctor's talking to the Meep, he would know the proper pronoun to talk to the Meep just by virtue of his psychic powers and the link to the TARDIS and analysis and all that. Yet to make the Doctor look bad and get his the message across, RTD, who knows how it actually works, decided to destroy the actual lore of the show.
So what you're saying here, Matt, is nerds undefeated. Right now, like literally undefeated, because they can pick it apart because you know the lore,
right? And this is something that I've been seeing a lot over the last few weeks, and especially last month, where you see publications, major entertainment trades, and talking about, say, the Marvel, using the term MCU. And now you've got the BBC quoting critical drinkers, saying that this show is just a vessel for the message. We're having an impact. You know, I mean, yes, it's it's Gary who coined the phrase and the drinker who coined the phrase, but it's us. This is us. We are just using the same terms and just elevating this. They can't ignore it anymore. Well, as much as they would like to.
Their bottom line also can't be ignored. And
right.
The ratings and all this. It's now becoming
There's a reason
obvious
why Bob Iger is going to be leaving soon, and some of these top people in different
well, that's gonna all depend on what happens in April to elect the new board. So
Zombie,
I don't want
to. Zombie Box. Here's a question. So the way the Time Lord's brain work, they pick up languages within like they can have no comprehension of a language without even the TARDIS, because their psychic abilities, they can learn any language by talking to people.
Right, because what were you going to say, Squeaka?
I have to mute myself first. What I don't understand is I see a lot of people talking about these different types of franchises. I mean, Wheel of Time, Lord of the Rings, all kinds of things, where they've taken these wonderfully built worlds and said, you know what, I understand that this is already established, but for the sake of our agenda, we're going to do this over here. We're going to rewrite this. Do they really think y'all are that dumb that y'all don't read? Yes. That y'all don't know these things?
Yes.
That y'all don't...
Absolutely.
They
think we are imbeciles.
But I'm like, you would think that since this is obviously a cult following, that they would sit here and that I'm not consult you for sakes, but I mean, just like say, you know what, we have like this large following over yonder, so they know what they're talking about, so let's not fuck this up, guys.
Well, the goal that they're going for is they're actually trying to bring others into that, but by doing that, they're destroying the source material. And anybody who says, well, hold on, especially with stuff like Tolkien, which is long established and very well fleshed out, whole worlds and languages established, where they basically just tell you you're ist and phobe and everything for wanting to stick to that, and we're going to throw it all out and do this new thing for a new age. It's like, okay, but
no, I write fan fiction, okay? And I can bring people into my fan fiction and write a wonderful story and have people thinking this is amazing and still have it follow the lore of whatever I'm writing fan fiction on.
Exactly. But they just don't want to do that because they consider the lore to be counter to what everything that they want to make, but they end up writing for audiences that aren't going to be their actual customers.
They have multiple agendas going on at the same time. They want to rewrite it. They want to diss the original fans that they hate. It's just a multiple things that they want to
rewrite history.
Do. Yeah.
Oh,
right, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Recently read that. Yep.
And another thing is by the reason why they want to break canon or make this for the modern audience, whatever, is because if they adhere to the canon, they are restricted as to what they can do. They have to operate in the rules of that world. They don't want to do that because that is
Can't do that with Wheel of Time, considering the male and female dynamic of the story.
Correct.
Well, which is funny. Well, people don't. I mean, I want to keep this as apolitical as I can because Roman's channel isn't political. But
right,
the people behind this, the Marxists and socialists behind this, aren't the ones pushing these weird cultist ideologies. They're using them to try to destroy the established system so they can impose their socialist Marxist stuff. And to understand that, if you go to China, the Lord of the Rings is very popular in China. No alterations, nothing. Doctor Who airs in China, right? What these people like are here doing to Doctor Who wouldn't be allowed in China because it would be deviancy from the once the party stamps approval on a product, you are not allowed to alter it. You are not allowed to make a woke version of it or whatever. So this what they're doing here, this subversion, deconstruction, blah blah blah. It doesn't need.
Hey Dempsey.
It just ruins. Instead of adding more to the pot, so to speak, they just dump without. They're trying to I'm so frustrated. I can't even put my words together anymore. It's like. And I'm trying not to get angry because I almost went off on a rant at the beginning of this over it.
I just love that you started out with I'm going to try to be as neutral because Roman's channel is apolitical. So Marxists,
but I'm not mentioning names. Like I'm not. I know. Countries, but you can't not talk about to understand what they're really trying to do.
Yeah.
Like they're not trying to. The Marxists aren't trying to get rid of Doctor Who. They're trying to take over so they can control everything, and they don't care if you watch Doctor Who,
Right.
It's but right. This show is such a great show. Oh, here's another. We'll go back to the episode. Here's another criticism of the episode. The multiple that's cool. So at the end, they're in London. Remember, this takes place in London.
Copa,
now
it's coming, just for you.
For those, I don't know if a lot of you understand the underpinning geology of London, right? But that ship is situated, it makes its 5-mile wide trenches through London, right? If you did that in actual London, there will be a giant crater would collapse. And under London are rivers that are in there are aqueducts under London that are hundreds and hundreds of years old. Like there are rivers and lakes and streams and swamps and sewers and
there are still remnants of the Roman Empire that are still helping keep buildings up in some modern places.
Yeah, London was Londonanium in Roman. And so if you did what they did in that episode, I mean, I know I'm going to get a different type of nerd out. There should be a giant swampy crater where they did that with thousands of people dead just from the streams coming out of the ship.
A giant swampy crater.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Full of dead floating bodies. And remember, Doctor Who is supposed to be a children's show about a strange alien who comes to the Earth or wherever he goes, finds a problem and helps people get together to solve it in a way children can understand. Maybe a little bit of adult entertainment too, like in jokes with Captain Jack and for example, but it's supposed to be children oriented.
Yeah, or Leela's outfit.
Nothing about this episode. It was. I mean, I'm not a parent. I don't have kids. But if I had them,
there was a 15-year-old in it.
That's what matters.
That makes it child-oriented.
Yeah.
Sure.
So. I didn't actually watch this episode because I knew I was being disappointed. So if anybody's got any other main story points they want to hit, I do kind of want to hear Squeaker's response to the "we know" conversation towards the end. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
Oh God.
Okay. Let me
I haven't watched the episode either, so if I need to
Okay.
No,
let me run through it.
Okay.
Let me just run through it. We'll get some live reactions. So towards the end, basically everything's been resolved, and Donna and her daughter have everything still of the Time Lord energy still in their heads, and they got to get rid of it. The doctor says, "We still have to fix you two, but this is it's tied around your temporal cortex." Donna says, "We know," and Rose says, "We know everything. Thanks." Donna says,
"You know nothing."
And you know nothing. And because the doctor was female before this generation, Shame it's not you. Shame, it's a shame you were not a woman anymore because she'd have understood. Rose says, we've got all that power, but there is a way to get rid of it. Something a male presenting Time Lord will never understand. Just let it go. And they just do what the Doctor could never do and release all of their Time Lord energy out and save their lives without him.
I love the look on Mando's face right now.
Can I go up on the lore of that first before we hear Squeaky's response, or after?
I'm with me.
I don't know. I think both their brains are broken, so you might as well just take your time.
No, I want to hear the lore first.
Doctor Who lore, and I'm just
in the lore, when that Time Lord energy is released like that, it's a very destructive thing.
Yes.
Okay? It blows up.
Now they can be deliberately
women doing
destructive
it
or just
tracks.
generically
Totally
destructive. But the point I'm getting at is you can't just release the energy, because the Time Lords know that's a powerful force that can destroy things, like when Matt Smith used it to defeat the Daleks, or the time it's literally totaled the TARDIS control room multiple times through multiple generations.
Yeah, whenever he regenerated, the energy like blew things up.
And time again, when the Doctor used it, again, one of my favorite transitions ever in the Andrew John Pertwee's era. He was fighting a planet basically of giant spiders, to keep it simple. Okay, and he had to defeat the Great One, which is super powered psychic spider. But the problem was the energy this spider was projecting for miles was literally disintegrating him. So he started regenerating and used the regeneration energy to overcome the destructive energy of this spider's psychic powers to defeat it, right? And so that energy is tremendously powerful, and you can't just release it and hope everything goes well.
Like, were they just trying to do the Disney Let It Go, like Elsa? Like, were they trying to make them Disney princesses? Because that's what that sounds like to me. That sounds like Let It Go.
You need to see the actual like video clip of it, because it is so condescending towards what is known as basically this universe's God. He's the lonely God.
And the look on David Tennant's face.
Yeah, he's a defeated
as they're
man.
saying it is like. Ugh.
Well, also, like, to be quite honest, before you said like they just let go of the energy, I thought that they were about to do. You were about to say, the only it's through the lesbian power that we can release this energy by being lesbian and having lesbian.
No, because it's mother and air quotes daughter, so that wouldn't be appropriate even for them.
I mean, besides, Donna wouldn't be able to willingly choose when that energy gets released. She has to wait till nature chooses.
Okay. So I want to share, Steve. I can.
Were you having the same thought that I was when he was talking about that? Like, is he about to say that they need lesbians?
All right. We'll just make sure not to have any Japanese anime or anything. We'll be
audio is off. Subtitles are on. I'll stop it every 10 or 15 seconds or so.
Okay, so the little rat thing disappears. No offense, Squeaky.
Yeah.
You tell me to leave.
Let me stop it right there for a few seconds. The woman get. So here's the scene we're talking about. It's about to happen, right?
Well, see, and I do want to say that Donna, especially with all the Doctor's intelligence in her brain, is an equal to him. That's not unprecedented. And even just as a human, she was always there to push back with snark. But the way this plays out, it's just dripping with you are a stupid man, and your thousands of years of knowledge can do nothing. But we know better.
Okay, stop. Okay, like that's wrong. That's wrong.
And it's it's almost like they're not just saying it to the Doctor; they're saying it.
They're saying it to the audience. There's a reason why the camera is pointed at as they're talking down to the audience. That's exactly what that frame right there is.
That's what I was going to say. Like it's the cinematography on this is absolute crap.
Look at this guy on the right. Look at this guy on the right. Look at him looking at him like what the.
But notice how close they are to these two.
Yeah, look, the army's standing behind them because they're in the right.
Yeah, those army dudes kind of look like the Spaceballs.
I just want to punch them both. Just the smirks alone just makes me want to punch them.
Kill everyone in that room except the Doctor.
No, ladies can do it better. They're better at everything except
It's just because they got vaginas.
We'll go down that route.
Dang
Won't go
right,
down
I'm
that
better
route.
at everything.
Wait,
You
was
better
the
believe
the
it.
wheelchair just blowing the stuff, the power with her, like it was
Yes.
blowing on it,
Yes.
like it was smoke?
Yeah.
Like his fairy dust. Yeah, and just like that, they are no longer cursed with the power of the
So,
Doctor, and they're
Now,
going to die.
Rose had the same thing, right? So they had all the intelligence of the Doctor, correct?
Apparently,
Mhm.
Rose, when born, absorbed some of what Donna's stuff because the Doctor is both male and female. So since Rose is neither male nor female, but both could handle all of that energy without dying, unlike Donna. That's actually a plot point.
Okay.
according
but
to
what I'm
the-
saying is that her intelligence level is the same as the Doctor then.
Apparently.
Okay. All
Supposed
right.
to be.
Because I was going to say, how else then? How does a 15-year-old know what's going on? But I get it now. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up.
Well, I would say
So
her
the reason
intelligence
they are trans is
capability-
because they have the Doctor's essence in them. That's it. Like, really? Like, I feel like I could have come up with a better plot point than that. Like,
Now, just to be clear, this is a different Doctor's essence than the fourth one gave to Roman.
oh,
Wait, what?
Sorry, that's a callback to that's a callback to chat. Somebody earlier was like throwing out the Doctor touched Roman jokes and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, they went to regenerate to become a gay man.
he regenerated
Is
into
there-
Roman. You guys, we just don't know it.
Are there any other points this episode anyone wants me to like show to talk about?
I'm still confused about what just happened there.
So,
So is the
Because-
audience.
So supposedly, okay, let me see if I get this right. Supposedly, because the Doctor is androgynous, correct?
Mm,
Male,
No, the
female,
Doctor, the
The
Doctor
essence of the
regenerates.
Why?
The essence of the Doctor is just 100% ambiguous androgynous, male, female, right?
That's what they claim.
That's
Okay.
what they're
Yeah.
claiming now.
So the energy
Yeah.
of the Doctor is male, female. Got that. However, they
It's
talked
fluid.
smack to David Tennant because he's in a male body and couldn't do this thingy that they did. Correct?
Correct.
Yes, they're basically saying
Okay.
that if he was still his previous female form, she would be smart enough to know what to do.
Well, that's great and all. However, and this is not a slam against trans. I understand that they're transitioning. I understand the point behind it all. But technically, their body, if we're going to break this down to essence versus body, physical versus spiritual, their physical is still masculine. I
They don't
understand their
acknowledge it.
essence is working on something else over there, and I got that. That's cool. I'm not telling you that. I'm saying your physical form right now. I'm sorry, if you're a potato, you're a potato, honey. It's just
Sontarans.
The cultists don't
technically,
acknowledge the
by
biology,
their own
unfortunately.
logic, Rose should have never known how to do whatever they were doing because this androgynous spirit is in a masculine body. I don't care if the spirit of Rose is female.
I
They're
see what you're
saying
going
Tennant-
for.
Does that make sense? Yeah, I don't understand
I think that's why they used male presenting Time Lord. That I think they were trying to avoid the controversy of saying that Donna's daughter is 100% woman. So that I think that's why they chose that something a male presenting daughter or
Yeah,
a male
the
presenting Time Lord
presenting,
could not.
that's
Yes.
the adjective that's where the whole crux of everything is presenting.
Instead of presenting, they might have used like thinking, or you know what I mean? Like if you have a
Yeah.
masculine point of view, it doesn't have anything to do with your physiology. It has with your point of view is masculine. Therefore,
Yeah, that would
you
make a lot
can't-
more sense.
Right. You couldn't figure out like, oh, I just need to let it go. Whereas a more feminine mentality would be the route that they could see to take. That would make more sense than you're just basically trying to put it on biology. But they had to stick the message in there. So
Well, also that's not something Donna would have said. Like Donna and David Tennant's doctor were friends, like good
Best
friends
friends.
that they cared about each other.
Yeah.
Like she
Now,
wouldn't have, like yes, snarky, whatever. She would have been snarky towards him, but not like this is condescending. Like you're saying this to your best friend.
I'd say it
I
to
can
you.
see that
I'd
more
say it to you,
coming
Mando.
from-
Let's do it.
I can see that
You're
coming more
bastard on
from
your
Donna.
previous form.
In Donna's earlier episodes, I could see that coming from her because she was a lot more like stubborn and she'd push back
Sass.
more.
Leon, yeah.
Sass.
She
A lot of sass.
she didn't buy into the fact that he could really do all the things, and she's like, "Oh, big man that can do this kind of stuff." But especially once it became the Dr. Donna and she became his intellectual Time Lord energy equal, it wasn't a pushback anymore. It was an actual like equal kind of like partnership where they worked together better than basically any other companion ever had before. And so if she is even partly on that level and has regained her memories like they do in this story, she would not be acting the way she does.
Right.
Like,
Right. And
it just, you don't say that stuff to like someone you would have considered like your best friend that you traveled with for years. Like you like experienced all these things together, like you bonded, like, and you say, yeah, you're a man and I'm better than you. Like, I wouldn't say that to my guy friends. Like, I'm like, yes, I have a vagina and that makes me better than you.
hey, Matt.
Hey,
can
man,
we-
I have a vagina. I'm better than you.
Hey, Matt, can we
Exactly.
can you scrub back through here and can we see the wheelchair in action?
Yeah.
Oh,
By the way,
God.
Yeah.
By the way,
I'm just
Um,
curious about how like rockets are coming out of it and stuff.
David Tennant has more sour faces in this episode than any I recall.
He
in-
reminds me of the character from Harry Potter that he played.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Yes.
but-
Yeah, he-
Barney Crouch Jr.
Yeah,
Yes,
he's
Crouch Jr.
channeling
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
It's somewhere in here.
I've got my wand ready.
What's that little
I've got my wheelchair ready.
what's the bog-like gremlin thing do?
Sonic
does it have
screwdriver.
any
This is the
powers?
best I got.
It has like psychic power, just controlling those unit troopers with its mind.
You know, Joker, if anybody else pulled out something that started buzzing like that, I might ask questions.
What I've learned from this whole episode is all of that stuff could go. Apparently, the vagina has the most power. That's what I've learned right here.
Exactly.
These
The
soldier
sis-
guys.
the
Well,
Serious?
no, and
Okay,
in,
it's replicable here, I think.
and in some cases, that's not wrong. I live in Las Vegas. I'm just saying.
Okay, it's right
That's it
here.
right there.
How many
Back
times
up
have
I'm
to
you
gonna go
watched
work in
this, Matt?
Vegas.
Have you watched the whole
Maybe
thing?
if the vagina has all the power, maybe that's where these rockets came from.
By the way,
That's where I
this
store mine.
This
Ping pong
scene
balls.
is literally stolen from The Usual
I
Suspects.
have the power.
Well, and they also stole what E.T. earlier when the meat was in the
Yeah.
stuffed animals.
Right.
Yeah.
It's par for the course for modern entertainment these days.
Like,
No,
I get that. There's
That's an
technically
homage.
nothing-
That's an homage.
there's-
No, it's not. That's a ripoff.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
There's
Right.
technically like nothing new under the sun in actuality, but like, bruh, there's so many other things that like you get ideas from that don't copy paste it and just put a new face on it.
Wait, so like darts shot out of there and hit those
Yep.
guys? Or-
Yeah, their
What?
neck
And
Well, like,
fuck-
seeking
what's
dart.
she pushing? It should be
Yes.
electronic. Like what?
Stun
is
darts.
this?
Yeah. Again, a unit from unit using this type of.
Oh, okay,
fuck.
there we go.
Nope.
Very-
Nope. She should be flying backwards.
She did just
Um,
fire darts.
Or there should be backblast enough to like blow the doctor off his feet.
Well,
Either
unless she
or.
weighs
Yeah.
like 8,000 pounds, you know.
Right. Also,
That's exactly what I
about
packed in my pants.
what about those guard
Oh,
guys?
yeah.
Are they competent at all, or are they just?
Probably not.
No, they're NPCs. They're just there to
Right.
to add
Nope.
more people to the scene.
They're spaceballs.
They're there to be the legion of men that stand behind these two amazing
Exactly.
women when they let it go.
Yes, absolutely.
let it go.
They're there to
Just
say,
let it go.
yes,
Let it go.
queen, yes.
And just let it go.
Yes, queen.
Yes.
Let it go.
Like, relax.
Let it go.
Like, oh my god, girl, like you're the best because you've got a vagina. Oh my god.
Ooh, hey, that looks
Oh
like
my God, Becky.
okay.
Look
That's
at
the
Now-
that.
interior of the TARDIS.
Now,
Yeah.
now I will say that the thing I did see the interior of the TARDIS does look cool. I'll give it that.
Now, I didn't watch this. I wonder if he says anything about the round things.
The round things. I love the round things. What
What are the round things?
No idea.
No idea.
Let's pause it real quick, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean,
So I
that-
have a question.
that-
Have you
I
seen
mean,
this, Jacob? Have you seen this at all?
No, Jacob.
Are you still
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't seen it. Okay. What's the last Doctor Who you watched?
The last Doctor Who. Well, it's got last Doctor Who I watched.
Oh, what's his?
The last Doctor Who I
It was
watched
the one
Peter
before the
Capaldi.
female.
Okay, with
The
Capaldi,
Capaldi, yep,
old white-haired
yep.
dude.
Yeah,
Last-
Capaldi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Capaldi. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's
Is
when
this
I.
the
Last-
giant gumball machine?
I was like, wow, where have I seen this before?
That's
But
when
yeah,
I,
that's what I was thinking.
That's when I checked out. I watched like 2005 when it came back with Billy Piper. I watched a few of those, but I didn't keep up. A couple with Donna didn't keep up, but the ones with Amy Pond and Rory, I kind of watched those on and off. I saw the River Song thing. I thought it was cool, but then when Capaldi popped out, I just stopped watching. I think I got busy doing other stuff or whatever.
Yeah, I couldn't.
The last
handle,
episode. The last episode I
He's
saw
good.
was Twice Upon a Time. That was Capaldi's last
Mhm.
episode.
I tried to choke through the first 2 episodes of whatever her face
Jodie.
is. I don't even.
Jodie.
Yeah, Jodie Whittaker. And like that second episode, I was like, ew. I just turned
Is that
away.
TARDIS? Is that the Apple TARDIS?
Yeah.
The iTARDIS?
Yeah, sure.
It's what it looked like.
Did that TARDIS make her butt look big?
Maybe.
It did.
It's bigger on the inside.
There it is.
That's what my ex said too.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Y'all
I
excited
do-
me here.
I-
I'm so sorry.
I do have
No,
to say,
Squeaker, this is great.
I don't hate the kind of throwback simplicity of the white interior
No.
of the
No, no.
TARDIS.
Not at all.
I like it.
I just don't think it looks good. Like you look like you walked into a gumball machine. Like exactly what Squeaky said. Like
I liked the episode The Snowman.
Gumball.
The
Mm.
episode The Snowman, where Matt Smith shows the new interior of the TARDIS, and I thought that just looked clean. That thing was. I thought that thing looked sweet. That's just me.
That's a good point, Dempsey.
Yeah.
It did kind of look like the Cerebro set
Hmm.
from X-Men.
Yeah.
Did they show they didn't show the control center, right?
Yeah.
The,
Yeah,
it's
they
always
did
the
when,
same.
when Donna spilt the coffee on it.
Okay. But it has
Wow.
the thing in the middle that goes up and down.
Yeah.
That, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Copa just
Yeah. Doctor House. Yeah,
Copa is-
Doctor Who.
Copa is to Doctor Who. Apparently is to Doctor Who what I am to Planes, Trains,
Copa's
and
just mad that we're not
Automobiles.
reviewing Copa. Right?
I mean, I'm kind of with him. Like, I don't get this show either.
Well,
It's
My
a
favorite
lot
part
to
is
take
the
in.
statues
It's
when
a-
you don't look at them.
oh, the Weeping Angels.
Oh!
Like I didn't. So the here's the thing.
Terrifying.
I
Those are
actually-
terrifying.
That was actually my very first introduction to Doctor Who, and I
Blink.
didn't realize it till much
Blink.
later.
Yeah, Blink is
Blink?
the best
No, when
modern episode.
the angels take over Manhattan. That was my first episode.
Oh, really? That
I
one?
had no idea what the hell I was watching. My friend was watching Doctor Who. I was like, "What the hell is this?" She's like, "Doctor Who," and I was like, "Ah!" And then it wasn't
Wait.
until like 5 more years later that I actually got into some Doctor Who.
I want to be reincarnated as a Doctor Who statue. That's what I want to be.
Uh-oh. The
Raccoons got him.
The raccoons are riding. Yeah.
The raccoons.
Raccoons are back.
Yep.
Yeah, I
they're
got
riding.
the raccoon to keep an eye on Jacob. I got 2 of them back there, just looking right down
Yep.
the screen at him.
When I first saw those, I thought they were slippers.
Wow, zombie! Holy shit, that is whoa!
Yes, I'm stealing that. Can I do that too? I want to. Yes.
I'm gonna tell my husband this. I'm texting him right now. This is what we're calling it.
I'm gonna call
Wow.
mine TARDIS because it's bigger on the inside.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Okay, I'm going to show you guys.
TARDIS. That's what I'm gonna do for my next
I'll,
pickup
I'll,
line.
I'll cheer us all up with some classic.
Squeak
Doctor
up!
Who.
I'm already there. So just come to Vegas, dear.
So this,
This is the
My
bat,
husband's
right?
gonna be so
Yeah.
confused. Like
So
I'm
this
telling
is
him,
Ace.
like so hubby. Now my badge is
Um,
now no.
What year is
Come,
this?
uh, 86 or so. 80.
Okay, this
Yeah.
I was going to say the jacket.
This
looks
is from
very
the
80s.
second to last season.
Wait, is that a star with a hammer and sickle on it?
No, that's
Oh,
a
sweet.
star.
I was thinking.
Actually, no, it is a
Star
hammer and
Carl
sickle. It
Jr.
It is a hammer and
Obviously,
sickle. Okay.
Carl's Jr. Somebody's hungry.
Yeah.
Right?
So Ace. So what happens in this scene the Dalek is going to destroy Ace's boombox, and she's going to beat it to death.
Yes.
And that backpack Ace has is full of explosives. She walks around with a backpack full of explosives and a baseball bat. So fans love her.
Which doctor is this?
Sylvester McCoy.
Okay.
Yes, Sylvester McCoy. So what I'm guessing here
doesn't like
Matt's favorite companions are the ones carrying explosives, and the other one will knife you. Okay, so now we get that explains a lot.
And she's like, "No, you mess with my radio," and she just starts hitting it.
Sounds like my ideal woman.
Yeah. That baseball bat needed some like barbed wire around it, though.
Exterminate!
Is charged with the power of the hand of Omega. Like it literally. Daleks have shields. Like those shields the Dalek have can take like other Daleks hitting them, and she's just busting right through it and busting it up. And then there's other scenes from this episode. This is Remembrance of the Daleks, right?
One of my favorites is when Peter Capaldi's like Doctor Who comes in.
This guy.
The Dalek shell. It's like this. What does he say? Don't lie. You've all had the same nightmare. Or something.
This is when the doctor played by Sylvester McCoy powers up the baseball bat with the hand of Omega, which is in that coffin there. He's thinking like, should I do it? Should I do it? He's thinking about Ace. He knows how Ace will react to stuff. Should I do it? He's talking to the hand of Omega too. It's a sapient artifact, But it's such a. I just such a love. Oh my god. What else can I show? Some other cool doctors.
Yeah, I do have to say, for the Time Lords being as smart as they are, I just don't think I agree with making any kind of destructive anything that is sentient and can make its own choices.
Well, all of their weapons are like that.
The moment.
Yeah.
The moment.
They're all like that, I mean, it's how do I put it? It's the ideology of Rassilon, like it's not enough that it could blow the universe up. It has to be able to think for itself too,
Mm-hmm.
It works until they make the Doctor Who or the Time Lord version of Skynet.
Yeah. I'm just a woman. I can't think for myself.
Well,
your vagina thinks for you, correct? Because
yes.
How do they demonize AI?
Absolutely, just let it go.
I do my best work in the kitchen.
Yes.
I'm taking notes on this. Thank you.
So is there going to be more episodes, or is this?
Keep talking, Tweeka. You're good.
There's 3 more episodes.
Okay.
Basically every week there's 2 more. Well, there's 2 more anniversary episodes. Then there's the Christmas special, and the Regenerations in the Christmas special.
All right. For the last little bit here, let's change gears real quick. I have a question. What is anybody, if anybody, is excited for Godzilla -1?
I have not seen it yet. I am going to see it. I'm going to see it.
I want to see it. I'm excited.
The weekend.
I want to see it.
I have been trying to find it ahead of time. I couldn't. They've done well to keep it off the high seas, as it were.
Okay.
Yeah, I was late to the Shin Godzilla game, but once I saw that, I immediately knew this next one coming up was going to be amazing.
Okay, so let me answer this really quick. So, Copa, the run through like the 80s to 89, as we were talking talking backstage. Yeah, the special effects are not great. It had more of a stage show feel to it. That was how it was filmed. That's how it was done. So that would explain all of that.
That was TV show budget for science fiction during that era.
It still looked better than most of the stuff.
Well, because everyone just uses CGI. It's like, CGI. Let's just
the
do
volume.
All things CGI.
Volume.
Fix it in post.
So about Godzilla -1, this is not spoilery. You could discern this from the trailers. There's a couple of cool things I really like. So in the legendary Godzilla, the modeling they use for Godzilla is from a grizzly bear. Especially if you see in Godzilla versus Kong, how he moves when he fights Kong. Right. They apparently use that same underlying modeling in this Godzilla, just changed slightly. He moves fluid like a giant bear, which I really like. And the other thing is, Godzilla, well, And I can't say that. That's a spoiler, so I won't say that.
It to me, what's interesting is it's Japanese made, and B, it takes place right after World War II. So it's I don't know if it's a prequel to. I think it's a prequel to the original movie.
If you remember the original, right? Either the Japanese or the American version, they said that there were legends of this creature at that island they went to for going back centuries.
Right.
Okay? So the play again. I'm not going to say any more. Be too specific because of the spoiler stuff. But I haven't seen it yet. I only know what I've heard certain things about it. So this is obviously it's not a prequel. It is definitely not a prequel to the original Godzilla movie, right? But because Godzilla had never attacked Japan before the original Godzilla movie, right? It was still a legendary creature, a sea monster, right? But this is going to be like a new continuity. They named him after the Emperor, basically. I think Reiwa. I think it will be the Reiwa Godzilla period that we're in right now. In Japan, I don't remember offhand. Anyway, and this is like they want to do sequels to this. That I think they're going to do kind of like one of the rumors I heard is they're going to do a newer version of the original Godzilla movie based on this particular continuity. Can't be too specific about how they would get there, but so and this is can't say anything else. I don't want to spoil it for people.
All right, so collectively, is everyone excited for it, or is some people like, I don't really?
I've been excited for this movie since I heard about it a year ago.
Yeah, it looked really good. The CGI looked good. Are you gonna try to see it, Jacob?
Yeah, I really do. I'd like to see it.
Okay,
looks
cool.
good.
I'm gonna see it on
I love the
Saturday.
The scene where he's chasing the boat in the water, and they're shooting at him.
Yeah. Where
good part of
he's
the trailer.
attacking it. Yeah, that part was cool. What about you, Squeaka? Are you trying to see it, or?
I'm excited to go see it and pretend it's a sing along.
Okay. Okay. So what about Rebel Moon? That's coming up.
Don't care. Don't care.
Fuck Zack Snyder.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. That's gross. Ew,
it looks like Snyderland. Okay.
My TARDIS has better places.
It looks like Snyderland. It's bits
Las
and pieces
Vegas
from all his
Las
other
Vegas
movies.
I've been down on.
I didn't say that out loud.
I've been down on Zack Snyder since what he did to Geeks and Gamers.
Right. Got it.
Yeah.
You've been whoa. Did you say you went down on him? Because that's exactly what I heard. I was not listening.
That's your mind there, Squeaka.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Your mind
I
is.
didn't try to it's like, wait, was that a plus or a minus? I'm not sure if you're for him or against him.
No, he's against him. That's a.
I disliked the Snyderverse in general, except for Man of Steel, but and Aquaman,
terrible
and
film.
the first Wonder Woman film. You know, those three films are.
Yeah, I was talking about.
I used to like Man of Steel, but it's just too much.
It's not a great Superman film, but it's on its own.
I didn't.
It is a terrible Superman film.
If it was about Ultraman, like some other superpowered character,
too dark for Superman.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. You know, but I don't want to go crazy.
I like Aquaman. I know a lot of people don't.
Of all of them, I like Aquaman the best.
Yeah, I liked Aquaman because it had like crab people and stuff in it.
Well, it had great.
You like crabs? You got crabs, Sheila? I'm sorry.
The underwater stuff felt like a fantasy film, which was great.
Right.
Amber Heard is ridiculously hot in that skin tight suit, and she's wet all the time. So Amber Heard may be. There's a saying from age we used to call
there's
Amber
floaters. There's floaters all around her too.
So what
Amber
you're saying?
Heard
she was okay before she decided to shit the bed.
Yes, exactly. I was about to say, just don't leave her in your bed after you're done with her.
She's in the age we would say she's perfect.
I've heard that
there's
line so many
plenty
times.
of amber poo. There's plenty of amber poo floating around in the sea down there.
I saw the initial trailer for the Rebel Moon, and I have to admit, I kind of liked it. I know it with Zack Snyder, it's got a bunch of problems, but
this is a story that he pitched to Kathleen Kennedy, and she said no.
Right. So it's probably going to be a giant mess, but what drew
Just
me
saying.
in was Anthony Hopkins' voiceover in the beginning of it, and that character intrigued me. and that's it. So it'll probably be garbage and it'll be bad. But I mean, I watched Kenobi, so I can't.
I mean, many of us on
That
this
is,
panel
yeah.
watched
Well, actually,
Ahsoka.
Kenobi is
Secret Invasion.
I
is
think
the new yardstick.
I think
to-
he's
to
taking
bad.
a lot of. I think Snyder is taking a lot from Warhammer.
Copa.
I mean, it looks
Yeah,
like
Copa.
Warhammer.
Hold on.
Oh,
Oh, that's amazing.
That was a good one.
I love you, Copa.
So yeah, I was just wondering. I assumed that most people's take was going to be that way about it, but I don't know.
And the last thing we need are the Snyder Bros active again.
Oh right, yeah, absolutely.
And Beard and
I mean, it's
and Beard, you get a scoot, right?
yeah. I got a couple minutes. I don't have to head out immediately, but I mean, whenever's
Okay.
a good point for me to take off.
Okay. Yeah, just jump in whenever you need to bounce.
Okay.
Before
No
you
problem.
go, will you give your beard like a rub down for me? Like, will you just give it a little? Oh, yes, right there.
Wow.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's
We had
wow.
Blair de
That
Blair
could be
on
hot.
before, so
Hold on.
Appreciate that.
I need to have a moment here. Hold on.
He's having a Buffalo Bill moment.
Put the moisture on it.
What's the?
Oh, man.
I'm trying to
Put the
think what's the,
moisturizer on its face.
There's a couple of other things that are coming up.
Well, I have a question. So Roman wanted to talk about the She-Hulk and Moon Knight season 2s, which I'm not playing.
Not happening.
Right.
Not
Yeah,
happening.
that's what I
Don't
said.
care.
I saw someone else say
Don't
that
care.
She-Hulk season 2 was canceled. So is that officially been released?
If we're
released
lucky,
yet?
it is.
I mean, but why would you? Okay, when Tatiana Maslany during the strike was taking public verbal swipes at Iger, I think she's done. I think she's done.
Yeah, I just that show. I mean, honestly, my favorite part of that show was when that frog dude jumped out that window and broke both his legs, and it wasn't even on screen. That was
What?
There's this guy. He's a villain. He's like a frog dude, right? And he like jumps around and stuff. And
Whoa.
something happens, and he's in his lair, and she breaks in, and all his like underlings are not very effective. And he tries to escape, and he jumps out of a building, and he jumps out the window, and you just hear both his legs go, and he's like, ah, and that was it. So to me, that was the best part of the whole show, except maybe the
That's
drunk
different
chick.
there.
The drunk chick at the magic show. She was pretty fun.
I've been
But,
the drunk chick at a magic tournament. Does that count?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you were playing your Black Lotus card.
No, I did have one. True facts. But even though my deck was black white, I did not use it.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. Well, you probably had a proxy for it anyway. Anyhow, so what I was going to ask about was, so you were. What about Moon Knight?
No.
No.
Any interest in that?
No.
I don't even know what that is.
It was
Moon Knight was
yeah,
terrible.
Yeah, you're lucky.
It was a show where the title character was in the show for about maybe 20 minutes of 6 episodes.
Yeah, that was
Right.
that was probably my last straw with Marvel because I like Moon Knight as a character.
Mhm.
I am a person who deals with mental illness. Moon Knight is a character that has mental illness struggles. I always empathize with that kind of thing. And what that show did, they even had a great actor to do the role. And then that's when I started calling them the bait and switch tactics of every one of these shows. It's going to be
Right.
draw you with the male character and have the female character take over by the end, But again, at this point, I'm now black-pilled on Marvel, except with the exception of the Deadpool movie. And then that's starting to look bad now, too.
Yeah.
And then
Uh-oh.
Wait,
Mando.
Lost Mando.
Did she miss
No.
click again?
did she might have.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
Mando
I have,
identifies as being offline right now.
Okay.
I don't have nearly as many inroads to Hollywood knowledge or Disney knowledge as people like Joker does, but it just seems to me it's kind of like your average person that we're going to start seeing a lot of these things that are kind of like contractually obligated to either be officially announced or be talked about, but we're never going to see produced because everything is crumbling so bad that even higher ups at Disney are starting to take a look at things and think we can't go forward with this plan.
Right.
Well, okay, to keep it in perspective, right? So there are like 1,000 different projects being proposed and worked on. In the past, we never knew about them. So some of these things, like when you hear about like so-and-so is getting a Star Wars movie or so-and-so is getting a Marvel TV show, these are just producers basically floating an idea and putting it out in the media to see if that helps them generate getting the product.
It does.
They have to.
Because look at what Ryan Reynolds did they did that little like storyboard thing for the first Deadpool, and they showed it to Zach, and they were like, we're not really interested
all over the place.
And then he leaked it to the internet, and everyone, there was so much hype, it got made.
Yeah. But what I'm getting at is when you hear about all these projects, you assume that 9 out of 10 of them aren't actually ever going to happen. You know,
correct.
Right.
There's just so much media.
Exactly. But while you're hearing about it, to your point, Matt, while you're hearing about it where you didn't used to, is A, the ease of getting it onto social media, but B, is the hopes that there will be hype and people will say, "Ooh, I want this."
Speaking of something that is happening, does anyone know what Kung Fury is?
No.
It's a great it was on YouTube. It's sort of a fan movie, I guess you would say. Had big production values. David Hasselhoff actually did a music video for it. It's
dear God.
It's about time traveling.
Dear God.
It was amazing. Like if you know what Kung Fury is, they're making a sequel to it. The dude who made it, it was like a tribute to the 1980s. Everything in the 1980s. Yeah, Copa knows where it is. Copa, he got the money to do the sequel finally. Yeah. If you haven't seen Kung Fury, maybe I can find the trailer and show you a few minutes of it.
All right. Well, I'm going to take off, but before I go, at the risk of whatever chaos this is going to cause, I'm going to point out the Squeaka is sitting in the middle of the circle.
Yeah, you know it, and you know what I've been doing this whole time. Just saying.
I was gonna make a comment that finally I'm under Squeaka. Okay.
And I'm on top.
Right.
And I'm on top, baby.
I've got to go record with after the weekend. We've got something for the JF coming up. I don't know exactly when it's going to hit, but it'll be out on my Twitter. So if anybody wants to find out when that hits.
Is that what you got coming up, Beard? Yeah. What else you got?
Yeah, we're doing a review of the JFK movie. And then I think next week I just got invited over to be with Jacob for, I forget exactly what it is, but he'll talk about it when y'all get there. Yes, that's right. So anyway, I'll see y'all later. This was mostly fun despite the subject matter and how terrible it's gotten.
Thanks.
Right,
see y'all.
Have a good one.
Later, Beard.
Bye. Have fun.
So I can't play the music. The music is a big part of it. This is basically a homage or tribute to the 1980s, right? That's why Hasselhoff doing the song was big, because he was very big in music in the 80s in Europe, right?
When did
in
this
Germany?
When did this first go? Oh, 8 years ago?
The trailer was about 8 years ago. I think the actual half-an-hour movie premiered about 2 years after that. You know.
Uh-oh. What's Roman saying?
Uh-oh.
It's a combination of CGI and like live action.
The hell?
There's no sound on purpose, Cope.
Yeah, I'm not playing sound because you'll get dinged for it. I'll get dinged for it.
This is what happens when you let us play, Roman.
That's the hero of Kung Fury.
That's how I drive right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, on the roof.
I mean, that's how I park. Who doesn't?
I can't play the music. The music makes it even better. It's like.
So that's how they drive in Texas, on top of the cars with guns going?
Yeah, we don't have enough space.
Exactly.
It's tiny state.
It's Texas. There's
the
a
girl,
lot of real estate. There's a lot of
the
real
girl
estate
in the
there.
wheelchair on Doctor Who, shoots her missiles off. on
This
top
is
of
a
the
better
car.
Doctor
Exactly.
Who adaptation
Mhm.
than
I need a screenshot of that where it's just me on a rooftop next to the word "ho."
All right, I like it.
he goes back in time to fight Hitler. You
With
remember?
the power glove. I'm digging the old tech though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get your power glove, dude. Get it.
He,
Dang.
Hacking
I love the
time.
mullet. I love
Yeah.
the mullet.
Yeah.
do you remember that old
Uh,
trope of Hitler time travel movies and stuff like that? That was
Yeah, let's
up
make
there.
sure we're not playing this for too
Well,
long.
I've stopped it already for like almost.
Okay.
Well, I'll see if I can find. I'll skip here. This is when he meets the Vikings. I'll still skip the parts of it so you can imagine it. This is when he meets Odin. Odin helps him in his battle.
Okay, that is the clip they use for Friday Night Tights.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
This is him just fighting the Nazis. This is Odin
Bring it,
helping him
Odin.
fight the Nazis. Yep.
Bro.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's the DeLorean
I
from
gotta
Back
see
to the
that.
Future.
And the big old boombox.
This is a computer, an arcade game that turned into a robot at one point.
Let's
Copa.
go.
Copa, I have not.
Yeah. So
No, I haven't either. I didn't even know that this was.
yeah, go.
I need this in my life.
Watch the
Um,
trailers.
Watch Party Mando, me and you.
Yeah.
Watch Party
Watch the
Hell
trailers.
yeah, let's go.
Watch the House
Shield-
music video.
a Shield-
Watch the-
Shield-
Yeah.
I'm not under Squeak anymore.
Can you move Squeaka back? Thank you.
Hey,
No.
babe.
Hi.
Hi.
No offense, Jacob, but she's hotter.
No, I'm really not. I have to wear 6 burlap sacks just to come on a stream.
All right, so we've been at this
On that
for
note.
hours. Yep, and so gone through a lot of stuff with Doctor Who, and got our ideas out there. So, but yeah, thanks everybody for being here. I think we should probably wrap this up. So let's go around and see what everybody's got. JV, what do you got coming up?
Well, tomorrow, sorry, Copa, but I'll be doing the December month will be my loving tribute to what I loved about Doctor Who. So that starts tomorrow. So that starts tomorrow the morning with the 6th episode from the Eccleston run. Dempsey, yes, I did. Which is called Dalek, and then later on that day, I will be on Legion Talk for Friday night's Royal Rumble. And that's what I got going. That's what I got going for the rest of the week. Then the Monday starts a brand new week. Still have my fundraiser going. Link is in the description of all my videos. Going through December 20th will be all funds are going to the Stuttering Foundation of America. So definitely check that out.
All right, awesome. Thanks a lot.
Groovy.
Matt, what do you got coming up?
So I just posted my thoughts about Monarch Legacy of Monsters episode 1. That's been live for a few hours. Yesterday, I finally forced myself to watch Wheel of Prime season 2 episode 8. So I got my review of that up yesterday. Obviously, I'm on this show. Now I just did something with the questioners, which you'll post on the questioners channel. We're talking about woke versus bad. Jacob and I, we did a couple things on his channel. John Ford's John Wayne movies. It's almost a month ago, but I think it's one of the coolest things we ever did. And then right after that, we did Band of Brothers, which was really cool. Did a lot of real life stories about our families and the wars in that. Tomorrow afternoon, I have my new weekly Friday Fandemonium hour or so. I got at least one unboxing. What's in the box?
What's in the
What's
box?
in the box?
I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah. What else? And I should be posting a video with a very clickbaity title called "Why Boruto Sucks."
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I watched your Wheel of Time video. I don't know how you sat through that.
It took a
Yep.
month for me to be able to force myself to watch it a second time. Excuse me, a
Oh,
third time, because I had to watch it once with the questions when we did a 7-hour breakdown of the episode.
Yeah.
But I was so repulsed by it. But I guess it's training for watching Wheel of Prime in another month or so.
Right.
Rings of Prime.
Okay, cool.
I
All
refuse.
right. Well, thanks, Matt. Mando, what do you got coming up?
Tomorrow, I will be bringing back the Pirate Sea of Thieves stream. That's right. We're going to
Arr.
ram the ship into some rocks again. It'll be great. I think Americus will probably be there as well, and possibly a couple other people. No one's responding to my messages, so I'm just going to play Pirates. And then, once again, playing some more Pirates on my Monday kick streams, playing Dungeons and Dragons. We are doing a pirate-themed campaign, and somehow I'm the captain of the ship, and my first mate wants to keep burning down the ship, so I don't know what to do. It's just kind of weird. And then I think Tuesday I'll be on your stream, Jacob. Is that this Tuesday or is it next?
correct.
It's this
Okay.
Tuesday. Yeah.
This Tuesday.
The 5th.
And then I'll probably be back here again Thursday. I don't know, against my better judgment, like Roman likes to say. And yeah, well, my schedule is a little bit up in the air because of the holiday season, but cannot have enough scissoring. Yes. One of these days, we're going to have the Scissor family all back together, and it's going to be fabulous.
I can't wait to scissor with you.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So get your grog on when you're playing the pirate thing.
Yes.
Squeaka, thanks for being here. You always bring the top loader energy to the stream.
Anytime. That's what I'm here for. Don't
do you
know what
have
I'm talking about, but I try.
Do you have anything coming up or going on or anything?
No, not really. No.
Not
I
really.
just whenever
Just come to
people
Vegas.
get crazy enough to say, "Hey, look, it's a Squeaka, throw down," I'm like, "All right, y'all asked for this," but no, there's nothing ever really planned.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Happens.
Well, sometimes you can get through life that way.
But thanks for having me. Like, it's been a blast. I'm sorry I'm not a Whovian, but thanks
It was
a
good to
lot.
have the somebody
Not
who
a
didn't
Whovian.
know anything about it at all to ask questions that wouldn't occur to people that have
Just
seen the show or
The companion. She's
right. Exactly.
the companion.
Yes. Right. And what I liked also about this panel for that particular point is I think we had people with it started with Squeaka and then it went to probably like me and then Mando and then, up the line of who knew what about what until it got to, the expert level with the deep
Yeah.
dive and everything. So we had a wide spectrum of experience to ask those questions and give our opinions that I think is a little, I don't know, made the show better in my opinion anyway. So cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being here, Squeaka. And then Jacob, what do you got going up?
Yeah, Tuesday I've got A Christmas Carol, 1984, the George C. Scott
Mhm.
one.
One of my
My
favorites.
favorite one.
Fun
Me and
fact.
Mando's favorite one.
I went on a school field trip
Yes.
and saw that in the theater when I was a little kid. And I forgot
Cool.
my lunch money, so the teacher bought me lunch and then I had a tab, if anybody remembers that. Yeah,
Wow,
it's like a
tab.
diet
Wow.
soda. It was nasty.
That's going back a way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that teacher was a feminist too. But
Probably.
anyway.
Probably.
All right. So we got that coming up on Tuesday.
Yep.
All right. And
Cool.
are you doing something on Saturday?
No, I'm taking a break from that. I'll restart that in January.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a really good show too. It's just my availabilities for Fridays and Saturdays are not that good. So otherwise I would love to be on one of those with you.
He's saying he's not available.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh, me and Mando are collaborating on something.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna make an announcement about that yet because we hadn't talked to you, but we've got
I'm
something
not-
cooking in the works. It's gonna be
Oh
amazing.
yes.
Awesome.
It's gonna be
All
great.
right. For me, let's see. I've got next Tuesday with Jacob Ironside show with the Christmas Carol, George C. Scott. retell my tab story there, because and then that's it. So thanks for being here, everybody. The chat was pretty well on fire tonight. It's one of the better
Always
ones that I've
love the
seen.
chat.
Yeah, chat's always good. I also have the multicasts up, so I'm looking at those chats too when I get a chance. I mean, we see everything here, but sometimes it's good to see it in the chat there.
Yep,
So
Joker Voice and I are simulcasting. So
yep, they're simulcasting. Yeah, so thanks everybody for being here. I hope that you had a good time, and it was a lot of fun. All right,
It was awesome. It was amazing.
Yes.
Thanks again.
All right, so let's see if I
time.
can figure out how to play us out of here.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys.
Everybody.
Toodles!
Yep.